The name PoMoRo is short for postmodern romanticism. Our purpose is to be an antidote to fatalism, nihilism, angst, and ennui by providing the community with a context for sharing our desires and feelings and beliefs and perspectives so that we can develop an aesthetic language, we can develop our aesthetic sense, we can develop our ethical intelligences, our emotional intelligences.
In the morning we still remain, dwelling on the past we've made. And after all this emotional flight, I'm feeling powerless to the moon tonight.
I think that places like church are important because of the community that they foster, and I think that something like DIY arts and music spaces are no different. We don't have like religion to bind us together, but we do have like the mutual love or affinity or whatever, the importance of art to bind us together to create a stronger community.
Will you extract the metal from my wounds?
The energy was so supportive and everyone was totally engaged. It went really well because the audience was responsive, and that's what it's all about for me. Performance is mainly for me about feeling the audience and not doing things in a vacuum. So if I feel like I've connected with someone or they've participated in some way, then I feel excited about it. You could tell like the performers were just like bringing people to life.
We have a surprise for you. It's Mia's Tranniversary. Woo! 4 years!
Underneath the neon lights, dance my ladies like night till they lit the place on fire and shut it down. Now the streets all look the same and we only use one name, packing up and searching for a better town. Saw the men, saw the money, drank the wine, ate the honey, spun out with road, I built that.
It's a cool way to experience something different all the time. You'll never see like 2 DIY shows that are like totally the same. I don't know if that can always be said for venue shows.
Somebody should have told you. Yeah.
On my electronics as I'm writing these sonnets about a girl that I love that could fit in my pocket. This love is atomic and it blows up my conscience. Just wanting you here in my arms is the hardest.
Even writing this, it's difficult to condense people and relationships into a single sentence. I can't explain who we are and who we are to each other and exactly how each of these relationships work, or what kind of agreements we have, or how we all work it out. Just trust me when I say it all works out. Everyone takes it that they can.
We need safety, we need safe spaces and beautiful spaces, and so in particular the art scene that's also interested in social justice is really strong here.
Also have to deal with some
Dee and I both have open court cases for protest on Inauguration Day where we stopped a train.
And so I think it's really special that PoMoRo is happening in Tucson.
Community spaces are more and more important, and they are harder and harder to find.
I think that it would be disastrous if there were no DIY spaces for, several years running, because then the bands wouldn't have, the bands need a place to sustain that culture.
Will you come drink my cup? Will you visit my well?
There's something, I think, really endearing without the lo-fi nature of it all.
Part of our DIY culture that we are here to protect each other to some degree. You know, we create an environment. If somebody falls down in the pit, then suddenly there are 5 people there trying to pick them back up.